Hi, welcome to Mindful Yoga. Today our practice has two themes. One is the triangle pose, and a lot of our warm-ups and movements as we go through this hour will lead us up to being able to do the triangle pose more effectively. It's a bit of a difficult pose, and you're welcome to modify it, and we'll talk about some ways to modify it as well. The second theme has to do with a reading from the Tao Te Ching, and it opens with express yourself completely and then keep quiet. Sounds like good advice. It deals with the Tao and asks us to become one with the Tao. The Tao is the way. It kind of means the spontaneous harmony of nature and the cosmic processes that underlie the universe. So it's part of our world and our own bodies. We're going to start standing up today. And just coming into mountain pose with your feet hip width apart, feeling the head upon the shoulders, a little loose, the shoulders above the hips above the heels. Relaxing the weight of the body down into the belly, even as you lift up a little bit through the spine, as if it's hanging like a necklace of pearls down from the heavens. Feeling that weight of the belly committed down into earth as the feet root down. And just turning to the breath, allowing it to be natural and spontaneous. Noticing its qualities, slow or fast, rough or smooth. No judgment, acceptance for what is right at this moment. Allowing the breath to help you feel the flow of the body. Perhaps imagining a harmonious place in nature that has permeated you. Opening yourself to the flow of the earth. To the flow of the universe. And bringing your feet a little wider than hip width apart, begin to pour the weight into one foot, letting the other leg be quite hollow and empty. And then pour the weight into the other foot, sinking down into the earth, allowing the other side to be empty. This play of yin and yang, back and forth, empty and full, active and passive, that is part of this play of nature, of the universe, of our lives. And then turning a knee in, shutting the quad a little bit, the groin here, and the heel comes up. Continuing that same yin and yang movement, the sinking down, feeling the hang of the thigh, maybe even allowing that to let the spine be a little longer. So you feel that hang of the empty leg down from the neck, through the spine, through the thigh to the knee. And the whole body begins to move like a cylinder. Arms naturally begin to swing at your own pace. Softening the body, letting it flow with the beat of the heart, with the breath, with the air all around. And beginning to tap at the corners of the shoulders, and the sides of the ribs. And then the sides of the waist, the spleen, the stomach, the liver area. Letting that little tap vibrate into the body. And coming up to the breastbone, letting your tap be as light or resounding as you would like. But relaxing through the body so that vibration can loosen places that are stuck, coming down to the solar plexus and the belly button. One hand on each side of the lower abdomen. One hand to the front of the waist and one hand to the back, the kidneys. And one hand to the lower abdomen front and one to the sacrum area. And gradually letting the turning pause and feeling the hum of the body. Flow of water and blood, hormones and lymph, nervous impulses. Bring your hands to the back of the waist and give a rub there where the kidneys are at the back of the waist. Then rubbing down the back of the legs and up the inseam of the legs, coming up, coming round the belt, rubbing again at the kidneys and down and back up. One last time. Opening up bladder and kidney meridians. Then tapping back there down onto the sacrum area and up a little bit above the waist as you can. Then bringing the fingers up, tapping down the spine from the neck area down a bit, and maybe taking one hand across and tapping that shoulder and tapping the other shoulder. Just using various methods to loosen up the body, tapping the back of the neck on either side of the spine, letting the jaw be released, letting the eyes relax as you tap up around the skull. Coming onto the forehead, unfurrowing the brow, the temples, and under the eyes. Eyes, something you can really feel relaxing. Tapping down onto the jaw, around the jawbone, and down the neck, onto the breastbone. And with the full hand, we'll tap out the inside of the arm onto the palm, and back up the back side of the arm to the breastbone, and back out, waking up the heart and lung meridians one more time. And then across to the other side. Inviting the whole body to enter back into the life. And then tapping down the breastbone, down the midline of the body, and circling around the abdomen from right to left a few times. And again, coming back into mountain pose and feeling the body. Inhale as arms rise up, gathering in all the forces of nature, the energy of nature all around us. Bringing that down slowly, allowing it to wash through the head, the brain, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the neck, down through lungs and heart. This energy of nature coming down through stomach and liver, kidneys, and down into the very core of the body in the intestines. And one more time, gathering in and receiving that healing, light-filled energy. And bring a little more motion into the practice. Bring the hands forward, interlace the fingers and push forward. Feel the shoulder blades in the back becoming wide. Bring those hands up, push up, press down through the feet, or perhaps relax down through the feet. Feel the whole trunk becoming long, and then come over, opening up the lateral side just a bit, staying long through the spine, avoiding any hinges at the back of the waist, lumbar spine, below the waist quite stable, and the bend coming through the thoracic spine from the waist up to the neck. One last time in each direction. Triangle pose has a side pose in it, so that's one reason that we're starting with this. And then bringing the hands down, rubbing the hands together. The hands so sensitive with so many nerves, able to feel this energy that is always in us and all around us. And then take a vertical stretch as if these are magnets and there's the hands are pulling together, but you're pulling them apart, and then they're pulling apart and you're pushing them together. So a little bit of resistance here. Perhaps you feel, perhaps you imagine the energy between the hands. It is there. And then with one hand up around the forehead and the other hand at the bottom of the abdomen, bring the feet a little wider apart and begin a willow side bend with arms coming in a circle, knees bending from side to side, imagining that you are a willow tree blowing in the wind. And our reading says, when it blows, there is only wind. Be right with it. One more time to each side. Hands come down, feet stay wide, knees bend a bit, hips come out to the back, and hands come up as if they are holding platters. And this is the bear pose in Qigong. We're going to twist a bit with our platters from side to side. The reading continues, when it rains, there is only rain. So you might imagine pitter-patter of rain lightly coming down on your palms. Not hard to imagine in this season. When it rains, there is only rain. And gradually coming back through center, those hands turn down, and with a little bit more bend in the knees, they come down on each side of the thigh. Come up again to the original position and down on the other side. Perhaps imagining you are the rain coming down, nourishing the earth. One more time to each side. Keep the feet a little wide. We're going to pull prana, pull the life force out of the very air around us. We'll hands in front, the palms facing each other. Inhale, then wide, inhale. Inhale again as the hands are up above the head facing each other. And then knees bend, hips come back, and arms come back with a big exhale, ha. So inhale, 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 ha. Inhale, 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 ha. Take your own pace. 2 more times. Again, just feel the body, life flowing. Notice places it isn't flowing so much or that are a little tight, and let your mind and breath bring some softening to those places. Keep the feet a little wider than hip width apart. Arms come wide. Stretch out from mid-chest, through shoulders, through elbows, wrists, out through the knuckles to the fingertips. And then we're going to turn the palms up and turn them down. And up, palms turning up, then palms turning down. Good exercise for the wrists. And you can feel the tendons in the lower arm moving as well. And that echoes up into the elbows and the shoulders. Then turn them down, so palms are down. Make soft fists at the ends of your arms and let the fists come down and then a little up. Stretching down, you can feel the stretch through the back of the arm, the back of the wrist, the back of the hand. Extend the fingers once again, and we're going to push up, 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 up with the arm, stretching out through the little finger. This is exercise all the way up the hand, the arm, into the shoulders and the back. 3, 2, 1. Then turn the palms up, stretch out through the thumbs. And this also, in a different way, as you go up and down, is a movement that involves all the muscles up the arms. And if you feel, you can feel it in your back as well, especially on the sides, right? In this one. And bring it down. Ah, yes, it always feels good to bring it down. Rub anything that needs rubbed. Let's turn our shoulders. That'll bring a little bit of looseness to that. Then feet come a little bit wider apart, knees bend a bit with hips a bit out to the back. Take the left hand as if it were taking the string of a bow and pulling it back. That elbow goes back, and the right hand pushes the wood of the bow forward. Straighten the legs, right hand behind left hand. Right hand takes the string, and left hand pushes the bow out. And the knees bend a bit. That hand that goes out, keep some space between the thumb and the forefinger, giving some stimulation to acupuncture points. In the time of war, what is the harmonious way? And then coming back through center. Arms come wide, then down to the sides. They come forward, and then you're going to curl your fingers in from the little finger in and bring them back on either side of the lungs and push forward, exhaling, and bring them around. Arms out wide to the sides, forward, curl, knees bend, clear the clouds from the lungs. One last time. And a big sun breath. When the clouds pass, the sun shines through. Hands meet at the top, come down to the heart. 2 more sun breaths. When the clouds pass, the sun shines through. Everything changes from moment to moment. Hands come down, then float them out wide. Let the wrists and the fingers be soft, elbows soft. Come down to 45 degrees with the arms and let the fingers be perky, stretching out a bit. Let the feet sink down, the shoulders sink, the spine lifts a bit, a little long in the back of the neck. And then giving all your attention to your breath. If you open yourself to the Tao, the way, you are at one with the way, with the nature of the harmony of nature, and you can embody it completely. Then let the arms float up to a wide V above the head, open to all the cosmic processes that underlie all reality, permeated, full of light. Then hands come down, curved gently, heavy elbows, fingers in front of the face. And fingers come down in front of the abdomen. Fingers come forward a bit. Then hands come together, palms together, rise up the midline, open out with palms forward, and then palms come down, knees bend, and hands cross up the midline, fountaining into the world, becoming yourself like water. Water springing up, full of action, and dripping, drifting down, being received by the earth. And bringing the hands down. Palms come together, thumbs come to the third eye. The reading continues. If you open yourself to insight, you are at one with insight, and you can use it completely. Feeling that third eye, the middle of your forehead between the eyebrows, opening the mind. And then we'll turn the wheel. Feet come wide. Imagine a big wheel in front of you. Hands come and grip the wheel up above and pull it down and around. Imagining that this wheel is the cycles of nature, the seasons, the cycles of the years as we pass through life, the cycle of the generations, and back around the opposite way. All of the processes from the Big Bang on, constantly happening throughout the universe. We are a small cog in the wheel, but we are a cog, each one of us vital, alive. And last time, coming around. Feet stay wide, and we bring our hands into cactus. Hips come out to the back a bit. We're coming into goddess pose. Feeling that stability in relationship to the earth. Sinking down through the feet and feeling the earth pushing back. If you open yourself to loss, you are at one with loss, and you can accept it completely. Permeated by the flow of the earth, the flow of the body, the flow of the universe. And then lifting up, bringing hands to the hip creases. Feet might come a little bit closer together, but they're still wider than hip width. And let the hips circle round. Some flexibility in the hips being very important to the triangle pose that we're going towards here. Feeling all the little points of circle around the circle that you're making with the hips. Letting your mind be right there in the belly, the non-thinking mind, coming into the gut brain, and then round the opposite direction. And coming back through center, bring the weight onto the left foot, right foot steps a small step forward. Run the hands down that right leg that is forward. I can stay on the thighs if that's most comfortable, or come down onto the shins. Push into the shins so that you feel some length through the spine and perhaps some release through the lower back. A little bend in the knees as you trace back up. Bring the right foot in, left foot takes a step forward, trace down the left leg. A little push back into the shin, which leverages some pulling forward through the spine. And then strong through the core and a little bend in the knees as you come up. We're going to come into a back bend through Warrior One, starting with Peaceful Warrior. Seems like a good pose to do at this point in time. One foot is forward and the other foot is back at about 30 degrees. There's some space between the heels. If that's uncomfortable, you can keep all the toes forward. Always modify to the body that you inhabit. Open the arms, shoulder blades come together, palms are forward, and hands back just a bit behind the body. Feeling the softness in the bottom of the feet, the firmness in the glute on the back leg, and some support in the inner abdomen on the front leg. And then let the heart open. Let the palms soften. The heart and the face. Open to the world. Trust your natural responses, and everything will fall into place. Then arcing the hands up. Hands reach straight up, fingers up towards the ceiling. Feel the feet pressing down, body all up through the trunk, becoming long, up through the crown, up through the fingers, and then bringing the shoulder blades together, opening from pubic bone through collarbone, staying long through the spine, and then coming down, arcing up once more, becoming long, feet rooting down, crown reaching up towards the sky, the shoulder blades come together, glute is strong in the back for support. And bring it down. Bring both feet together for a moment and take a breath. Then let the other foot come back. The knee is bent, by the way, in this posture, with the knee right above the ankle. Arms come wide, palms forward, shoulder blades just gently coming towards each other. Stable through the mid part of the body. Relax down through legs and feet. Bottom of the shoulder blades relaxing down towards the waist. Trusting in your own natural responses. Arcing the hands up, lifting up, rooting down, and then opening up as shoulder blades come together, glute engages, opening from pubic bone up through collarbone. Coming up, arcing down, arcing up, elongating down and up, and opening. And bring it down. Bring the feet very wide and let the hips go back and forth. Just loosening up a bit. Let the eyes relax as you do this. Let the cheeks be soft. And the jaw released. Shoulders. My shoulders always go up towards my ears. Relax them down. Then bring the weight into the left foot. That knee is bent a bit. The right foot turns so that it's on the heel, the right heel, and the right toes are up. Arms come wide, and the palms are up towards the wall on each side. Then the hand of the extended leg moves down, and the other hand moves up. Gaze goes towards those extended appendages, fingers and toes. This is retreating warrior. Coming back up, let's take a few more of those gentle, relaxing hip movements back and forth. Then the weight comes into the other foot. That knee is a little bent. Come onto the heel of the extended leg with the toes up. Arms come wide, palms to the walls. The front arm comes parallel with the extended leg. Gaze goes in that direction as the other arm reaches upward. Retreating warrior. And bring it up. Now we're going to sit down for just a minute. You can bring a blanket or if you wish, but you wouldn't even have to have one as you wish. Just going to do a few things here. Let's start with a forward fold. So bring the feet straight out in front of you. Arms come to cactus. Shoulder blades are resting down the back, and the front ribs are also tucked in a bit. Inhale up from sits bones through crown, and exhale forward, chest coming towards the toes, and up and forward. Inhaling up, exhaling forward. Knees can be soft here, just as soft as is necessary. Then coming forward, hands come down onto the legs. You might stay in this position and come forward a little farther. That gives a nice stretch in the lower back. Option, if you would like, to bend through the spine, giving a little stretch between the vertebrae, and do that as carefully as is necessary for your body. Not overstretching that ligament that runs up the back of the spine, but it has some elasticity, so taking advantage of that. And then coming back into the natural curves of the back before you come up, strong through the core and coming up. Feet come wide. Bring one hand across diagonally Fingers coming over towards the little toe on one side and then the other. Just feeling that stretch on the side. Then legs can stay wide if you would like, or you can tuck one foot up inside the inside of the opposite thigh. Walk the hands forward and come over with the hand of the extended leg on that leg and the other one lifting up, gaze lifts up. There's a little bit of a twist here as the eyes reach up to the ceiling. And then that arm comes across parallel with the extended leg. So a twist and a side bend. Again, the side bend happening mainly through the thoracic spine, keeping long through the spine, particularly at the place where the lumbar spine and the thoracic spine meet at the back of the waist, keeping some length there. And then changing sides. Again, that leg can stay out or tuck up according to what the body feels good with. And then coming forward, extended leg and arm in one direction, the other hand reaches up, gaze comes up and over. Gaze can remain to the side. As you come over, stretch up long through arm, long through body, and come over, or gaze might come down towards the leg. A few more times. Just naturalizing the body into this kind of bend that will be part of the triangle pose. One last time. And then we'll come back up to standing, coming towards the triangle pose. The pose for the legs in the triangle pose, both legs are more or less straight. Of course, you always have those firm knees, but there's just a little bit of give in them as well. One foot is toes forward and the other foot is right behind the other one with the heel of the front coming towards the arch of the back. And that's the back foot is about 30 degrees. If that's at all difficult for you, you can always bring this hip around a little bit more, and that's perfectly fine. So do adapt for what is right for you. We're going to bring our hands to the hip creases and just go back and forth so that stay within the range of motion in your hip joint. Feel that now. Oh, that's about as far as I should go. And respect that. At the same time, we want part of the side bend to be in that hip joint. So the lumbar spine's not taking so much, but rather that hip joint takes whatever it can take. And then bringing the arms wide, reaching towards the horizon. Let's just come back to upright, reach forward to the horizon, letting that hip joint move just according to the range that is right for you. One more time, forward and back. And then we'll come to middle with toes forward, and let's go back and forth with hands at the hip creases. You can feel your hip joints going back and forth. Again, getting to know your body, getting to know the hip joints, and also loosening them up a little bit. And then coming into the triangle stance on the other side, bringing the hips back to the back part of the posture. Hands come wide, reaching towards the horizon, letting the hip take part of that movement of coming forward. And coming back, tuck in the hip, come forward, the hip juts out appropriately. Then coming back through center, Let's come into a high lunge pose. One foot is forward, one foot is back, and all toes are forward. There's some space in between the feet. Arms come wide, strong through the core here as the top part of the body from the waist up bends down slightly, staying diagonal and then parallel to the earth. So this is part of the rotation that occurs. Feel the strength in the core and the back muscles coming over again just as far as is right for you. And this might not be right for everyone. Then changing the feet. Arms come wide. Another way to do this is to keep the hands back behind, intertwine the fingers back there, and the arms stay along the body. And when you come forward, the spine is much better supported if you do it in this manner. So this is another option where your arms might be wide, and then more core strength, more back strength. Just for a moment, let's come down onto one knee, be on the left knee, and the right leg comes out. We're going into gate pose because this too is very much like the triangle. So I'm on my heel of the extended leg, toes are up, the back arm comes up, front arm floats down the front leg, and we can bring the palm up here and come over. Inhale up, and we're just going to go right back over this time. Perhaps that lower arm comes out as well in the gate pose. Staying long through the spine. And some support from the back of the hand along the leg if you would like that. And coming back through center, bring that right knee in, left leg extends out. Back arm comes up, palm is up on the extended leg, and just feeling that opening from knee up through hip, from hip along the waist, waist up through the shoulder and up through the arm, under the armpit. And one more time. And come up. Bring the knees together. Let hips come back to the heels. And then push with the fingers or hands as the knees come up. Hips rise. Dangle for just a minute here in a forward fold. Perhaps feeling some relief through the lower back as you do so. Bend the knees, belly comes to thighs, arms come wide, gaze and chest are forward as you rise up in a safe way. And we're back to triangle. If you'd like to have a block in triangle, you're welcome to use it just as an option. No need to have it if you don't need it. So that's just an option. I'll come to that in a minute. So coming back into triangle pose, finding this stance that is comfortable for you, not too wide apart, not too narrow, but finding what is appropriate to your body. And bring your hands to the hip creases, hips come out in the back, open through the heart, reach forward. Then bring that front arm back and bring the back of the hand against the back of the waist. So the front arm's coming back, back of hand is against the back of the waist, giving some support there in the back and also answering it with good core muscles as well. Slowly that back hand can come up, and then this might be your triangle pose right here. Option to bring that hand from behind the waist and bring it down along the side of the thigh or the side of the knee or down to the side of the calf. This is where you might want to have a block, but you want to keep length. So let this top arm keep the length through the spine, and let a lot of the curve in the spine be through the thoracic spine rather than that place at the waist, at the back of the waist. And there's your triangle. Sweeping up and back. Let's come to triangle on the other side. Finding your leg stance and your width, bringing your hands to the hip creases. Hips come back just in the range of motion that's right for the body. Opening up, reaching out, bringing that front hand back behind the waist, feeling the core engage, and perhaps keeping that hand there, keeping long through the spine as the hand reaches up, pushing back through the back foot, up through the arm, long through the spine, and then option for that other hand to come down, palm out, and keep that curve in the spine through the mid-spine. And then imagining a piece of rope that magically comes down from heaven, grip it up here, and as if you're pulling yourself up, just the imagination of that helps to contract the body to give you the muscle to get up. And we'll try it once more with a rotation. So going back to the first side, hands come to the hip creases, hip goes back, reach forward, long in the spine, hand to the back of the waist, core engaged, arm goes up, or long through the core, bringing the curve through the thoracic spine, the mid-spine. Now bring a little bit of softness to the knee and turn. So a little softness in the knee, weight in both feet, very firm, strong through the core as you're flying over the earth here. Then this front arm comes down to the leg and the back arm lifts up slightly. Lifting, gaze stays down to the earth and the arm and the sides of the ribs come up slightly. That's a rotated triangle. And then that back arm comes down. Float that other arm up, catch your rope up here and bring yourself up. And we'll try that on the other side. So once again, bringing the hips back in the pose, finding your range, opening up, reaching forward, bringing that hand back behind the waist, staying long through the spine, long through that arm as it reaches up. And maybe, as I've said, this might be your triangle, which is a good triangle, gives you a good stretch and a good opening on the side. Or you might increase the curve in your thoracic spine, bringing that hand down to the side of the leg. Then becoming soft in the front of the knee, in the front leg. Open up the arms, maybe the back foot switches around a little bit to a more comfortable spot. So you're coming forward, spine is long, front arm comes down to the leg, little lift through that back arm and it lifts up the ribs slightly. And then bring that down. Back arm comes to the leg, front arm comes up, finds the rope, grasps the rope and brings it up. Good job. Let's lie down and stretch out and relax a bit. Letting the body sink down into the earth. Arms are in a T position. Let the knees come up bent above the hips. And the knees come over to one side, 45 degrees or so, and then the other side. Feeling that nourishing rock across the sacrum. Relaxing through the face, through the shoulders, through the back of the neck. Bring the feet down. They're about hip width apart. And we'll do a pelvic curl. Arms might come right along the body now. Pushing the small of the back down as the tailbone lifts up. And then let the tailbone come down and the natural curve of the small of the back returns. Let the muscular movement be mainly through the pelvic area. The backs and fronts of the thighs, fairly relaxed here. Shoulders relaxed. One last time. Give the knees a hug. And let the knees come out to the armpits. Let the feet rise in happy baby. Hands can come anywhere along the legs or to the bottom of the feet. A rocking motion might be comforting here. You can always push one leg up and then the other. Open the back of the legs a bit. Find what serves the flow of life in the body. Let the cheeks be soft and rosy. Lips full and relaxed. Soft down through the front of the throat. Through the root of the tongue. Down into the chest. Then extend both legs out. Arrange the hips and the shoulder blades comfortably. Bring one foot up, bring the right foot up by the left thigh. Bring it up onto the left thigh, and then move the hips over to the right slightly. Draw that knee across. Arm can come out to the back or any way that it is comfortable. Letting the hips come over so that the hips are more or less stacked. A supine twist, mainly through the thoracic spine, and if you'd like, the cervical spine as well. The nose might turn over in the opposite direction of the knees. Relaxing through the palms and the fingers, up through arms, through the back, between the shoulder blades, behind the heart, down to the back of the waist and the hips. Then rolling back over, extend that right leg out, left foot comes up by the right thigh, hips go over to the left slightly, left foot up on right thigh, and come across. Find the comfortable place for you. Relaxing through the glutes, down through the inner thighs, the back of the thighs, the back of the knees, the calves, through the Achilles heel and the arch, through all the toes. And rolling back through center, Find a comfortable place to lie. You might lean the knees, the bent knees towards each other. That's sometimes a comfortable way to be. And we're going to bring our friendly, warm hands. Maybe we rub the hands a little bit together a little bit to get them warm. And then bringing the hands to the ears, lightly covering the ears, as if a friend were just laying his or her hands right there on these parts of the body. Bringing the hands back behind the neck, the middle fingers coming together at the spine, at the back of the neck. Letting the hands bring positive relaxation. Allowing the muscles and nerves and bones in these areas to simply relax and allow life to flow. Bring the hands up onto the crowns. Middle fingers meet above the crown. The soft touch of the hand. Then gently covering the eyes. Rub the fingers along the eyebrow line, down around the temples, underneath the eyes, on the cheekbones, to the nose, coming down the nose. Fingers come down to the jaws and just hang there for a moment. Releasing. Hands lie under the collarbones, fingers pointing towards each other. Then those soft hands bring kindness to the solar plexus, between the lower ribs. And down to the abdomen. The belly soft and warm, open, full of positive, vibrating energy. Then rub the hands to the knees, lifting the knees up towards the body, just capping the kneecaps for a moment. Relaxing down through legs and belly, shoulders, and the back of the neck. Letting the knees lean in towards each other once again. Opening ourselves to the spontaneous way, the harmony in nature. Trusting your natural responses and letting everything fall into place. Namaste. Please continue to relax if you would like.